Hey everyone, welcome back to the Archer and Olive channel. If you've never seen me before, my name's Gracie and I'm one of the Archer and Olive ambassadors. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you my ultimate gift guide for the artsy friend. With the holiday season coming up, I know you're probably scrambling for gift ideas for all of your family members and friends, so I wanted to help out by showing you all of my ideas for gifts you can get or make for your artsy friend. So I'm kind of approaching this idea with two ways. I'm definitely the artsy friend in lots of my friend groups and circles, so all of my ideas are things that I would love to receive, but also if you're the artsy friend from your circle, these are also a lot of great ideas that you can make to give to your other friends. I'm going to split up my gift ideas into two categories. The first ones are things that you can make and the other ones are things that you can buy. Before we get started, if you want to check out the blog post that I've associated with this video, you can check it out on the Archer and Olive blog, and over there I will have links to a lot of the things that you can purchase in this video. And make sure to subscribe to the Archer and Olive channel for more ideas and inspiration. So the first things I'm going to start off with are my handmade gift ideas. I've also sorted everything into kind of like $1 sign to $3 sign type gifts because depending on your budget, some of these things may be more or less accessible for you. So let's get started. My first idea for a handmade gift is to make somebody an embroidered ornament. This is actually one that I have an example of because a few years ago when I made these for a bunch of my family and friends, I made one for myself too because I loved them so much. This is a super simple craft. I basically just cut out two pieces of felt in this heart shape. The only other things that you would need to make this are embroidery floss, some ribbon, and then any assorted beads or sequins that you like. So to make this, all I did was I cut out two pieces of felt. On the top piece of felt, I embroidered a bunch of sequins and beads onto it. For the ones that I made, I put everyone's names on them. And once you've covered your top piece and all of your beads and embroidery, all you have to do is sew them together with embroidery floss. I just did a very simple stitch on the outside with a contrasting color, and then I stuffed it with polyfill or fabric scraps or anything else that you have. And then I added this ribbon in the middle as a little hanger. So I actually didn't make any of mine holiday themed. I actually just made them in colors that I thought people would like so that they could hang them up all year long. So mine just hangs on the wall in my room because it's so cute. This is definitely a $1 sign gift. If you're like me and you are the artsy friend, I always have beads and sequins hanging around, just left over from other projects. Pieces of felt at craft stores go for so cheap. They're like less than $1 per sheet. So this is a super cute gift idea for somebody. A very similar one is something that I made last year for a few friends. I made these handmade felt embroidered pennant banners that had their names on them. I actually didn't take any pictures of the ones that I made before I gave them away. I'll put a bunch of reference pictures on the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. I basically just picked colors of felt that I thought represented my friends or were their favorite colors. I cut out their names in the contrasting piece of felt and stitched them onto a pennant banner. The two friends that I made these for absolutely loved them. It was also a very fun craft and very easy, especially if you're somebody who wants to get into sewing or embroidery. It's very simple to get started. That one I am also considering a $1 sign craft, maybe even less than that, maybe half of $1 sign, because like I said, all you need to do that is thread or embroidery floss and then pieces of felt. And that's all you need. Up next on my list of handmade gift ideas is a beaded flower bouquet. I actually made one of these for my mom last year. I'll put a bunch of reference pictures of what I'm talking about on the screen, but it's basically a miniature bouquet made of wire and little beads. I used seed beads for this, which are really small beads, and then some beading wire. There's lots of tutorials on YouTube or on TikTok for how to make different flower shapes, so if there's a specific type of flower that you want to make, there's definitely a tutorial out there on how to make it. I also think this is a super cute gift that you can couple with a real bouquet of flowers. I actually did this for my mom last year for Christmas. I already feel like a bouquet of flowers is a great gift for anyone in your life, but I feel like adding the little trinket version of it is a great way to make it feel like it lasts longer than just a bouquet of flowers. My next handmade gift idea is to do a painting of this person's house or their apartment or their room. So I actually did a painting of my boyfriend's parents' house for them for Christmas last year, and it can just be really small. It also doesn't have to be like super lifelike. You can do it in a very stylized way, but doing a little painting or a little drawing or sketch of their house and then framing it and giving it to them is a really great gift. And my last handmade gift idea is actually not handmade at all, but it's to make a playlist for somebody. This is something that my friends and I have done for each other for a while. A couple years ago for my birthday, two of my friends made me a playlist for my birthday, and I loved it. I feel like it's so cute. It's such a great way to show somebody that you really know them by curating a bunch of songs that you know that they like or songs that remind you of them them, and then also maybe adding some songs that you think that they would like into the playlist. And while a playlist is obviously not a physical gift where you would just be making it on Spotify or on Apple Music and sharing it with them, you can make it physical by making a physical version of it. I actually did a video on the Archer and Olive channel a couple of months ago showing how I did this spread in my junk journal, which is a playlist. And at the end of that video, I actually printed out the Spotify code for the playlist so that you can just scan it and listen to it. And this is how my friends and I always give each other playlists, by printing out the code. So you could make your gift receiver a card or a poster that has some of the songs illustrated on it, or even if you're just giving them a simple card, you could print this out and glue it in to add a little extra touch. That's all for my handmade gift ideas, so now we're going to move on to the gifts that you can purchase. So my first gift idea for a purchasable gift is actually just to get somebody a gift card. I know that I feel like gift cards have a bad rap in the gift giving world because it feels like a last minute or like lack of thought, but I've always really appreciated when somebody has gotten me a gift card, especially when it's to a specific store. I know that like a Visa gift card or like a plain gift card that you could use anywhere is really useful as well, but I feel like when somebody gets you a gift card to a very specific store, especially if it's one that you know that they like, I feel like it always means a lot. So if you have an artsy friend, I always say the Archer and Olive gift cards are a great gift idea, especially if your gift receiver would want to pick out a certain size or a certain cover design of a notebook that they would like. The A&O gift cards are a great option. So to go along with that, I always think getting somebody a nice, really high quality, beautiful notebook is a really great gift idea. I think this can work for non-artsy friends as well, because so many people love to journal, they love to use notebooks as planners or just have it to carry around at work with them. So a really nice notebook in a size that you think would work for their lifestyle is a really great idea. I would consider both of those to probably be a $2 sign gift, so it's a little bit in the middle. If you want something that's a little bit of a smaller dollar sign type of gift, I also recommend getting somebody a really nice pen or a set of pens in a color scheme that you think that they would like. I have, for example, a couple of the Archer and Olive pen sets here. I have the Beyond the Sea acrylograph pen set. I have the Fall 2025 Forest Finding set. This is the Spring 2025 calligraph pens. Getting a really nice quality pen just like feels so luxurious. You could just get one pen, like a really nice quality pen, or getting a little set in a color scheme that you know that they love would just be such a great gift. And I also think pairing a gift of a notebook with a set of pens is a really great gift option too. But if you're looking for a gift idea that is a little bit more up there in price, maybe a $3 sign type gift, a recommendation that I would have would be to get them a subscription to something. It could even just be for 1 month. For example, like the Archer and Olive subscription box or the Archer and Olive Kit Club can be a really great option for a gift for somebody who's a little bit artsier or who loves to collect stationery or art supplies. I think that subscription gifts are the gifts that keep on giving, not necessarily because you're paying for it for somebody over and over again for like a year, but if you just get somebody 1 month of a subscription just so they can try it out, it also leaves the door open if they really like it that they could continue to subscribe to it on their own. My third purchasable gift idea, which is a little bit more up there in price, is a concert ticket or an event ticket. So if you guys have seen all my other videos on the A&O channel, you know by now that I am a concert girl. I love live music, and I've always said that some of my absolute favorite gifts I've gotten in the past have been concert tickets or tickets to live events. It's something where if you have somebody who doesn't like to get physical things, or they're just very non-materialistic, or they already have everything that they need, I always feel like event tickets are a really great option for those people, because you're still putting a lot of thought and effort into getting them a gift, but it's not something that they have to find a place for at their house, or it's not something that they already have that they don't need. Obviously, concert tickets can be a little bit up there in price, and also it's not a physical thing that you can hand them that they can unwrap. So anytime I do this for somebody else, I love to make a physical component to go with it. You could dress it up by making a card or a themed envelope for them to open that has the printed out tickets inside. I know that nowadays a lot of places don't give out physical tickets anymore, so you could make a fake ticket on Canva or on your computer and print that out and pretend like it's the real ticket. I just feel like having something to actually open makes those gifts feel so much more fun and so much more personal, and it could allow you as the artsy friend to get to exercise your creative muscles by making a really cute themed card to go with the concert or event. And my last gift idea, which this is very personalized for anybody who might be into this in your life, I always love receiving vintage or antique clothing, home decor or books. This is something that I feel like a lot of my friends have caught up on in the past few years, where they know that I absolutely love receiving things like that. In the past few years, I've gotten a lot of vintage clothing items from vintage stores, or a curated little set of things that people found at an antique store. I know all of my artsy friends would absolutely love receiving something like this because it's one of a kind. Other people can't get it. They specifically went out and searched for things. They had to look through bins of things at the antique store or at the thrift store and find something that they know that you would love. And obviously these things can also be dressed up with a beautiful or handmade card to go along with it. I've always felt that gifts like that really show how well my friends know me. If you're new to vintage or antique shopping, or you don't like to go out in person, or maybe there's not a lot of good vintage or antique stores or thrift stores around you, I am obviously a big proponent of the app Depop or the app Poshmark or Mercari. They're all the same. They're just like thrifting apps where people can put things up online, and it's really easy to search things on there, as opposed to when you go to a thrift store or an antique store, you feel like you have to wander around looking at things forever to find something good. On Depop or on Poshmark, you can just search directly for it and it'll bring you all of the results of anything that you could want. And with that, those are all of my artsy friend gift guide ideas. If you have any more ideas or other ways to dress up some of these gifts, I would love to hear what your ideas are in the comments. If you want to see some more from me, you can follow me over on my little corner of the internet, which is at Gracie Creates on YouTube and on Instagram, and at Groovy Gracie Creates on TikTok. And I'll see you next time I'm on the Art Journal channel. Bye!